What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Baddog back with another video. I didn't get a chance to do a video yesterday. Really not much to talk about. It's been difficult to find content to talk about. I do my best, but again, at the end of the day, I don't want to force content. Just come on here and talk about the same thing over and over and over again. I want to give a shout out to Philly 500, Mark Holmes, and Ed Oliver for coming on the channel on Tuesday night. That was a blast. Had a lot of fun doing that. Three of the best NFC East video makers on YouTube and myself got to talk a little trash, got to talk a little football, and it was a lot of fun. So I appreciate them coming on here. It seems like a lot of people enjoyed it. I would like to do that again during the season where we can actually have a better gauge of what our teams are doing, and then we can talk even more trash. It'll be even more fun. That was a great time, and again, all three of those guys are awesome, so make sure you check out their channels. If you haven't done so, the links to all of their channels are in that video that we did the other night on Tuesday. But it got me to thinking, because one of the questions came up in the chat, and it was a great question. Which quarterback in the NFC East do you think will have the best career? Now, the great thing about it, Mark Holmes had to leave a little early, so he wasn't in there, but he definitely would have said Dak Prescott. I mean, there's no doubt about that. And I think all of us went with our own quarterbacks, which is good. You should stand up for your quarterback on your team. We all picked our own quarterback to have the best career out of any quarterback in the NFC East. Now, Dak Prescott, Carson Wentz, they obviously have a head start on Daniel Jones and Dwayne Haskins. They were both rookies last season. Carson Wentz was on an MVP pace in 2017. There was no doubt about that. Before he tore his ACL, he probably would have won the MVP had he played the whole season. We don't know if they would have won the Super Bowl. I don't know if that would have made a difference or not. Obviously, he did not win the Super Bowl. So it was Nick Foles that did that. And Carson Wentz has had a bit of an injury problem in his career. He did play all 16 games last season. He threw for over 4,000 yards without a wide receiver, hitting 500 yards. It's pretty impressive. And right now, I would say that Carson Wentz is the best quarterback in this division. I don't think it's close. I think he is the best quarterback right now. It doesn't mean that it'll stay the same. Dak Prescott has won a couple of division titles. They've won a playoff game with him there. They've been 13-3 a couple of seasons. And they definitely have been one of the better teams in this division as well. It's been them and the Eagles fighting for this division since their rookie seasons in 2016. One thing I'll say, Carson Wentz should be better than Dak Prescott. The Eagles traded up a couple of times to get to number 2 to pick him. Dak Prescott was a 4th-round pick. So obviously Wentz should be better. The fact that you compare both of them tells you that Dak Prescott's a pretty good quarterback. I hate him, and I can't stand him. And I don't think he's a great quarterback by any means. But the fact that he's even in that discussion with a guy that was picked 2nd overall tells you that he's certainly exceeded expectations. You don't usually expect a 4th-round quarterback to come out and win a couple of division titles. He has definitely played well in that system. Now it's going to be a different system with Mike McCarthy, and we'll see how they do. I think Daniel Jones had a great rookie season. He did fumble a lot. There's no doubt about that. He had a fumbling issue, which Carson Wentz also does. Carson Wentz has fumbled 47 times in 4 years. Okay, I mean and he hasn't played 4 full seasons either. So nobody ever seems to bring that up. I don't know why. It's not a big deal for Carson Wentz, but it is a big deal for Daniel Jones. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that he plays in New York, and a lot of the fact that the media pundits and the analysts and everybody that said this kid was a wasted pick and he was a 4th-round pick and he didn't belong going overall number 6 can't just admit that they were wrong. So they're going to look for anything to bash him about. They did this with Eli Manning too. It didn't matter what Eli Manning did. It didn't matter how well he played. It didn't matter how many Super Bowls he won. They were just going to bash him. I think Daniel Jones, unfortunately, is going to have that his entire career as well. Dwayne Haskins definitely played better the last month of the season. There's no doubt about that. I think he's in a bad situation in Washington. I'm certainly not high on Dwayne Haskins. Was not high on him coming out of Ohio State either. But he did improve over the last 4 games. And there's no doubt when you have a coach that is pretty much openly said he did not want the guy there, that's difficult to play under that. So Haskins played a lot better down the stretch. Still don't think he's a very good quarterback. I still don't think he's Washington's future quarterback after his rookie season, but I could be wrong. I mean, I'm human. I'm wrong a lot, so if I'm wrong again, it's not really going to matter. But the way I look at it is this. I feel like Daniel Jones and Dwayne Haskins are going to be the guys in the next couple of years that are going to be atop of this division. I just feel like Eagles and Cowboys are going to start to go down, especially if the Cowboys pay Dak Prescott. I mean, that's a lot of money that you're putting into your quarterback. And once you pay the quarterback that much money, usually teams start to fall off for the simple fact you can't build around them with free agents the way you used to. You really need to hit on the draft. So you usually see a lot of quarterbacks that win during the rookie contracts because you're not paying them as much. But again, I think that, the three, again, I'm not high in Dwayne Haskins, so I'm not going to sit here and say that Dwayne Haskins is going to be good. I don't think he is. Washington fans can get mad at me for that. That's fine. I understand that. It has nothing to do with him being on the Redskins. I didn't like him out of Ohio State. I don't like Ohio State. There are certain schools quarterbacks come out of, I don't like them. I don't like Ohio State quarterbacks. And I do this all the time. Tell me the last quarterback came out of Ohio State that was any good. Tell me the last quarterback that came out of, USC was any good. Carson Palmer. Tell me the last quarterback to come out of Alabama that was any good. I do think Tua can be very good. Don't get me wrong. I think Tua, if he's healthy, is definitely ultra talented. That's one of the most talented quarterbacks probably the most talented quarterback I've seen come out of Alabama since I was watching college football. But again, I think that the Eagles, they're starting to kind of, they're an older team. They got a cap problem going on going forward next year. I don't know how much that helps Carson Wentz. Dak Prescott, again, there's a lot of questions there in Dallas. Is he going to be there? If they do pay him, how do you build around him at this point? You're not going to be able to sign everybody around him. They do have a new coaching staff. I always thought Mike McCarthy was extremely overrated. He had Aaron Rodgers. You're not getting a better quarterback than that in his prime. And they won one Super Bowl. They underachieved in Green Bay, in my opinion. I don't think Mike McCarthy's that good of a coach. I think he's a well-known coach. I don't think that he's a great coach. I think actually the hiring of Ron Rivera was a better hire for Washington than Mike McCarthy for the Cowboys. I really do. The Eagles have the big advantage going into this season. There's no doubt about that because their coaching staff and familiarity with their players is one and the same. Every other team in this division has a different coaching staff, and obviously you can't do OTAs, mini camps, rookie camps, all that stuff with the pandemic that's going on. And we may not even have a football season in 2020, let's be honest. It's very possible that they don't have a season or that they start it and cancel it. A lot of question marks. But again, I think that Daniel Jones, the end of this whole thing, will be the best quarterback in this division. I really do. I think he'll be the most successful. I think you're going to see this. And again, I just watch all these guys play. Carson Wentz, I do like Wentz. I've never made any bones about it. His injury problems certainly have plagued him. We don't know how healthy he's going to be. And why would the Eagles use a second-round pick to take Jalen Hurts if they really believed in Carson Wentz? I don't know what his future holds. I think he's very talented. I don't think he'll be the best. Dak Prescott, again, not high on him. Tons and tons and tons of talent around Dak Prescott in that offense. Great offensive line, great running back, great receiver in Amari Cooper. They probably got one of the best, if not the best receiver in the draft in CeeDee Lamb. Michael Gallup's also a nice player. No excuses for them to fail on offense. Definitely not. So, and again, Washington, I like their defense a lot. I still don't like their offense one bit. I don't think that they have a great offense. Adrian Peterson's a beast, but, my God, Father Time catches up with everybody. Geist coming off the ACL. He's had a couple of big-time injuries in his career. McLaurin's a good receiver, but no tight ends, no nothing. I don't like his situation in Washington at all. So, let me know what you guys think in the comments section as far as who do you think is going to have the best career out of these quarterbacks in the NFC East. My choice is number 8, baby. We rolling with number 8. We know. Build that offensive line. Saquon Barkley, get a number 1 receiver in here, and watch him take off. And that's what's going to happen because Daniel Jones, again, accurate down the field, accurate in tight windows, accurate under pressure. That's what you want out of your quarterback more than anything else is accuracy. He's got it. I think he's more accurate than any of these quarterbacks in this division. I really do. But again, Carson Wentz and Dak Prescott have much better situations around them offensively than Daniel Jones does, especially when it comes to the offensive line. But that offensive line is going to change for the Giants. It's going to be better. So once Daniel Jones has some time, you're going to watch him tear this league up. Dead serious. Let me know what you think in the comments section. As always, thank you for watching. Please like, please subscribe. One other thing I just want to say real quick. Now, I've thought about this, and I don't know how many people are watching the video at this time, but my boy Uncle Lou does a preview and prediction video for every college team, or a lot of college teams. I don't know if it's every college team, but he does it for a ton of college teams for the upcoming season. I'm thinking about doing something like that myself for the teams in the NFC East. We'll see how that goes. As far as, if people are interested in it or not. If they are, maybe I'll do a couple outside the division, but I do want to do that in the coming weeks. Maybe I'll do one a week or something, a preview and prediction video for the teams in this division. So, it should be a lot of fun to do that as well. So, because, again, I don't think this division's great. I think it's getting better, but I don't think Dallas and Philadelphia are that much better than the Giants and Washington. I think you're going to see the gap close here in the next couple of years, and I think by 2022 you see the Redskins and Giants on top of this division. At least that's what I'm hoping, because God knows I hate the other two teams with an absolute passion. But anyway, that's all I got for this video, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Until the next time, it's a Bad Diggity Dizzle, and I am gone. Peace!